Hello, everybody.
Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies turn the dark clouds far
All right, perfect.
away.
It looks like the issues I was having with the chat yesterday are resolved. I hope. So. Oh, and by the way, Stug, if you wanted to record this stream, go for it. Or if you wanted a recording of it, let me know. And if Salty Sweet is around, then maybe he'll want it as well. Although I don't see him online, so he may not be there. Oh, never mind, he is. Hey there, Ash. I think today, actually, I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in a while. Mostly just because I haven't been playing War Thunder, and that's grind. I think today I'm gonna focus on grinding out the Challenger 2 of all things, mainly because I'm at the Challenger 2. I've done a little bit. I've got like 45k in, like basically like 10% of the way. Yeah, grinding War Thunder, oh my god, yeah. But I don't know why, I just feel like it today. So we'll see what it. So we'll see how it goes. It'll probably be awful, and I'll probably just get wrecked because I haven't been playing I haven't been playing seriously in quite some time. Hey, Hamburger 6K. What air vehicles would you like to see more development in? Example, more 50s American heavy tanks. I mean, there isn't much more in the way of American heavy tanks than what we already have. About the only thing that's even remotely related at this point is the T-69. And the T-69 is more of a medium tank than it is a heavy. About the only things that are left that I can think of, as far as heavy tanks are concerned, are paper vehicles. So, stuff like the T-57 and heavy, that didn't exist. The T-58, it's widely debated as to whether or not it was actually built. I mean, there is a photo, but it's difficult to tell if it was a mock-up or not. Like, it's weird, because, like, primary source documentation says that it wasn't built. Like, they ordered 8 turrets, but it was never assembled. But we have a picture of one assembled. So, it's difficult to tell. By the way, I don't know if you were here, Swede, but I was just telling Stug that if you wanted a recording of the stream to put together like a stream, if you guys wanted to put together like a stream highlight reel or something like that, I can send you guys one after the stream is over. I think we can move on now. Go over to the streaming page. If you bought the IS-7, you should feel bad. Well, I did, and I don't feel bad. I actually don't regret buying my IS-7, and I actually got it early on, before the prices went up to a ridiculous level. I mean, they were already ridiculous when I bought it. I think I bought mine for like 160. Gajiggle rubles or Gajuba rubles. but it's alright. It's not as good as it used to be because now it sees nothing but 8.7s, and well, 8.0 is too low for it, and 8.3 is 8.3 or 8.7 is too high for it. So it's like it's kind of in this really awkward position. But today we're going to be focusing on playing 8.7 and so on Brits. Hey, no problems, dude. I'm proud of earning my IS-7. Good for you, man. Like, look, if you manage to earn yourself the IS-7, fantastic. But I am not the kind of person who will sit down and grind for that sort of thing. Like, I just never have been, even when I wasn't a YouTuber. So... It also didn't help that Guy Jiggles kind of cucked a lot of content creators. Basically, initially they told us, oh yeah, y'all are going to get the IS-7. And so a lot of YouTubers didn't bother to start grinding. And then like a couple weeks before the first phase of that event ended, like well after you would have had to start grinding, Guy Jiggles did a complete 180 and said, oh no, we're not actually giving it to content creators, you'll only get a test drive. So they screwed over a lot of content creators that otherwise would have gotten it just by grinding, because they were under the impression they were going to get it, which didn't help things. I like how they give it a 50% discount to buy it, but and for modifications, but
More memes for the meme god.
Hit us out. Thanks for the 5 months, man.
Do you ever wish Gaijin would add German blueprint vehicles into the game? I do.
I'm only okay with blueprint. I would rather avoid that whole blueprint versus like paper vehicles versus real vehicles issue as long as possible. Now, if you absolutely positively need one of those vehicles in the game in order to be balanced, I think that's fine. But I think the Germans overall are doing just fine right now. I don't like. Well, I kind of like the concept, like some of the paper vehicle concepts, and I think it'd be kind of cool to play them. On the other hand, I think it would really throw off the balancing, like as if the balancing isn't already bad enough. I thought about doing historical custom battle. I've had the idea proposed to me many times, but the fact of the matter is that there are other people who are already doing such things, and they're doing it way better than I could ever do it. Namely, Weeby and Gentle Spy on Fly Daily's Discord. Every few months, they put together a custom mission, like custom game mode mission, based on a historical battle. And they invite a bunch of people from the community to come and join. It's really fun. So if you're curious about that, I would recommend joining Fly Daily's Discord and keeping an eye out for one of those, because they got some really great events. Like, they completely build the missions from the ground up. It's awesome. Why do I have 20 heat rounds? I'm really confused by that. Oh, they swapped the heat and APFSDS's place. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. It used to be like the APFSDS was free or something like that. And then they changed it. I forgot about that. Damn. I don't even know what it costs now. It was 300. It was 390, but it's on discount right now. Sure, kind of like a Sprut SD like the Russians have. Not... I can't see that being the case because of the... Because it's not like the infantry is lacking in terms of anti-tank firepower. Like, it's not like the light elements are really lacking in that aspect. Like, Bradley's have ATGMs, whether or not you like that feature is completely irrelevant. No, because there's a lot of vehicles that already fulfill a tank destroyer role, even if they aren't specifically designed for it. Oh, crap. That was just a bad shot on my part. Oh, this is not good.
You know, there's nothing that's better than a little bit of butter. You know what I mean? For keeping your old man at home, keeping him a bit busy like. You know, everybody says I'm a bit old.
Off to a great start today.
Put it that way. And I like to sit on my things that I've got rationed. You can pinch.
Is the stream laggy at all? It was pretty laggy yesterday when I was playing Generation Zero.
Leave my butter alone. I'll take care of it. Please leave my butter alone. That's what I say.
Come on, back up. Okay, the question is, where the heck did he go? If I had to guess, he probably backed up. Oh yeah, there he is. Hello. Oh, and then he just died. Alright, cool.
Everybody says that I'm old-fashioned, to sit on the things that are rationed. So pinch all my hands
Crap, he went around
on
a
my plum and
frickin' building.
jam.
Or a frickin' rock.
Please leave my butter alone. Please leave my butter alone.
Oh boy. Well, there wasn't much I was going to be able to do about that. Unfortunately. Gas is fair and balanced. Yeah. Oh boy. I'd probably take a shot at him if this cannon wasn't terrible. Crashed anyway though, so it kind of solves itself. God, I haven't seriously played War Thunder in quite some time. I feel way out of my depth. It's karma for you, man. Screw with the tonk, you get the bunk. I don't know who or what he's firing at. Oh well. Get in here and cap the objective at the very least. Hello. By the way, I am playing with Epic Thunder Sound Mod. I re-downloaded it. That's what you get. Oh, crap. There's another guy there I didn't see. Where's he? Alright. Oh, he was even closer than I thought he would be. Alright, time to play this tank. I haven't played Chieftain in a very long time. Next in your reviews. It really depends on how much War Thunder I play these days. Like, I have not been playing much in the way of War Thunder at all, which has made video production a little slow, to say the least. Like, I've got a script written for the current video that I'm working on, but I just don't have any gameplay for it. I've just been playing other stuff right now. I'm getting to that point where my burnout is enough that I just don't feel the need to play War Thunder. I'm not really enjoying the game all that much at the moment. Damn it. He's down. Oh shit, hello. Oh god, hello. Oh, this is bad. Alright, well he didn't have a cannon breach, that's good. Oh, that's 3 kills? I'll take it. Thank you for playing it today. Well, y'all are welcome. But yeah, it can be a little difficult to make videos for a game you don't play very much. He's down. I'm curious as to where that M48 could have ran off to. If he died or not. Last time, he was, like, right here. Oh boy. Rip Magok. I'm gonna back up from this chieftain because I do not want to give whoever's flying around a multi-kill. There's something over here. Oh. I can't tell whether that was aimed at me or not. he's down. I hear a helicopter. That's not good. That ain't good, dog. That's why it was a 9.0 game. I have the tank, but I have no idea how to use it. The Char is a interesting vehicle, to say the least. Although it's been a long time since I've played it, so I'm not even sure I can give you any really helpful tips. Outside of make sure you have your secondary, the ability to select different weapons bound. That will help a lot, because that will allow you to actually aim the 75. The problem is that the 75 is fixed in horizontal traverse. Because in real life, they actually had a complex, the French actually had a complex suspension system to allow you to accurately aim that weapon. And the driver was actually the one responsible for aiming the 75. So the driver not only drove the vehicle, but he also aimed and fired the 75mm cannon. Doing a video for? Not necessarily doing a video on a vehicle, on a specific vehicle. I am making a video on why top tier sucks. I did okay that game. How the hell did I get first place? It's probably those two caps. Although, from what I heard, looking at the recent patch notes, it looks like they nerfed the amount. It looks like they nerfed plane earnings in ground battles. So now, if you actually get tank kills, you're not as likely to place at the top of the leaderboard. Or if you just get tank kills, you're more likely to place at the top of the leaderboard than somebody with like 2 plane kills. That went surprisingly well in the Chieftain Mark V. I thought I was just going to drive forward and get massacred instantly. And they're not. I'm grinding my first jet. Congratulations. May Shill and get the premium OF40? Yeah, it's a great vehicle. Nothing particularly wrong with it. They had a huge engine buff on it. Huh. I may have to check out the Merkava at some point. What is the best low-tier premium tank? That really depends on how you like to play. There is very often no such thing as a best vehicle. It really depends on what you are hoping to get out of it. And how you intend to play it. I mean, for me, like a really strong a couple of really strong lower tier vehicles, like tier 3-ish, are T20, the M4A1 FL10, and thinking of one more, and its name escapes me now. Those two mainly. Those two are like the top, or like in the top rung. Like the M4A1 FL10 is like the best premium vehicle in the game, in my personal opinion, below tier 4. Like, it is stupidly good. What's my favorite top tier tank? I don't know if I really have one right now. Like, I don't like top tier in general. Like, 8.7 is kind of the max that I'm willing to go for most vehicles. I don't really care that much about the super top tier. I mean, if I had to choose one as far as like just sheer fun factor of the moment, the ADATS is pretty high up there. But that's just because the ADATS is, well, the ADATS. So. Yeah, the automatic is really good. It's funny how the most fun vehicles out there are either premiums or SPAAs at top tier. Or at the upper tiers. The biggest problem with this Shotcal is its speed. This thing is godly slow for what it is. It is a very large target. Not much with not much in the way of armor. Powerful gun. And it does have ERA, but that's not likely to save you. Especially when most people are finding kinetic energy. At the very least, he gets a ton of smoke grenades.
No! Please, no!
I'll check out your question in a moment, Daniel. That's a lot of smoke he put up. He's probably pretty heavily damaged if he's putting up that much smoke. Are you fucking serious? Oh boy. That was bologna sandwich. That should have killed him. But apparently not. Nice meme. What the fuck was that? Like I said, the ERA won't save you. It's more there to make you feel better than anything else. So, the problem with the Shotcal's got an excellent gun, it's got excellent ammunition, but the mobility sucks and the armor is worthless. Like, at least with the Leopards, like the Leopard A1 L44, like, you have the mobility. Or, like, you have some decent mobility. Well, that guy just got shot down by an M48. What is my favorite aircraft? In War Thunder, probably the P-47. In real life, the F-18. Ah, he missed that one by a country mile. He's circling back around, though. Hopefully whatever's shooting at him shoots him down. Although I don't exactly have high hopes for that. Where the hell was he at? Oh, okay. So we have an M48A2 in our spawn. Alright. Nice. We got 3 work at 7.7. It really just comes down to what shoots you. Like, ERA isn't a be-all, end-all. It offers a little bit of extra protection, but not a lot. Like, the missile that hit me in my shot cal had like 600 millimeters of pen. Like, it was gonna go through no matter what I did. And he had 2 of them, so even if I tried to use my machine guns to try and knock them out, he would have gotten 1 of them off. Although now that I think about it, I should have just tried to shoot down the ATGMs. I forgot I could do that. Oh. Where the hell is that M48? Did they get him? I can't tell. Oh, there he is. Got him. That wasn't the guy that killed me, though. So he's still at large. There was a leopard. Question is, where the hell did he go? Yeah, I wouldn't depend on ERA to save you at all. Like, your armor is a saving throw, not a shield. We didn't have the advantage from the very get-go, man. I don't know what you're going on about. I think that guy... Yeah, that guy's alive. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how the game expects us to put more pressure on the enemy. At the very least, the missiles are working well. So there's that. Yeah, never occurred to me that there are, or it's called, fucking vision slits on the back of the turret of the warrior. That's pretty cool. I never noticed that. Do you mind? Okay. Glad to see suicide bombing is still a thing. Good to see War Thunder hasn't changed at all. Not one bit. Although the SPAA on our team, to give him credit, was trying. Just his efforts there weren't enough.
More maymays for the Maymay God.
Hey, Nia, thanks for the 9 months, man. Appreciate it. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here, but... there really is not much that I can do at this point. Nope. I did alright, though. I mean, I got 4 kills. Yeah, I generally don't like streaming on days where I have school or work or something. Unless I'm like done with all that and I just feel like streaming late at night or something. Especially yesterday. Yesterday was stressful. I was gonna wake up early and finish a homework assignment I had for my summer class. And I didn't wake up until about 45 minutes before I had to leave for work. And so I ended up rushing through the project. And on top of that, for that same class, I had an exam that day. So I ended up rushing through in finishing the assignment, like getting the presentation that I had to do to a presentable state. And then cleaned myself up, went to work, and then left work early to go to class. Got there an hour late because just the nature of the drive, it takes a while for me to get from my work to my class. But my professor knew I was going to be coming in late anyways. I got to I got to class. Ended up not having to do the presentation because we were doing something else. And then we took the exam. And then I went home. So I didn't get home until like 9:30ish last night. Which isn't too bad, but it was a lot to do in an afternoon. We'll have a lot more free time. In about 3 weeks, when I finish up the class, I'll have a lot more free time. At least for a month or two. Because I'm at this point, I am right in the middle of the course. I am at the halfway point. The class is only 6 weeks, so we've done 3 weeks so far. We've got 3 more weeks to go. Unicorn redo every 3 days. Yes, if I wanted to die. You get golden eagles for that money in this game? Not outside of being a content creator and going to some of those apps or using the free golden eagles app where you have to watch advertisements to get eagles. There really isn't a way. Unless somebody's willing to gift the golden eagles to you and spend the money on their end. As a content creator, I can request golden eagles to be added to my account, and I can request vehicles to be added to my account. For video purposes. Although I haven't really been making much in the way of videos, so I haven't exactly been requesting anything. Because, well, that's not fair to Gaijin, and that would be abusing my power. I may be a shill, but I am a shill with standards. Oh yeah, that's true too, that Gaijin's been taking way too fucking long to add the decals for a lot of the YouTubers. What are my thoughts on the A2D? I'm not sure if my thoughts would make much of a difference considering how little I've been playing. It seems cool, but I don't know whether or not it was a bad thing to add to the game or there was a good thing. In my opinion, any new content is good as long as it's relatively well balanced. Although these days, Gaijin doesn't really care that much about balancing and more about profits anyways, so take that for what you will. Yeah, Iron Armenian, Mike Goes Boom, and myself have all been waiting for our decals for months. And they're still not here. Which means there's even less of a reason for me to, want to make content. Although, to be honest, like, I don't make content in the game just so I can get my decal into it. Like, that'd be pretty petty, don't you think? But it is a little annoying in the fact that I submitted this stuff in April. Like, they finally accepted everything in April. After 3 months previously of me continuously sending them the same stuff over and over again, and then them losing my files at various points in the process, or changing procedures midway through the process. So it's been another nightmare to get to this point, and even then, like, we're still not finished with the whole process yet, because we're still waiting on them to actually implement the decal. Now, to be honest, they probably have much better things to be doing than adding YouTuber decals into their game. But at the same time, it doesn't make it any less frustrating or annoying. Instead of milking it, it feels like Gaijin are starting to realize that they're not making much money, or they're not making as much money as they used to be. And so they're just adding nothing but premiums to try and, like, balance out the game in some strange way, or to just milk the player base, like you're saying. Like, I feel that War Thunder is, I hate to say it this way, but I think Gaijin is coming to the conclusion that War Thunder may be near the end of its development cycle, in their eyes. And they're just trying desperately to figure out ways of preserving the player base to no avail. And I think if they just settle down and focus on better balancing the game in general, it wouldn't be an issue. Darn it. I didn't see him until the last second. Jesus Christ, I'm facing 7.3s. That's not good. Or 9.3s. Oof. Yeah, it seems that these days Gaijin is more interested in making a quick buck than actually making the game enjoyable. And that's really sad. Because I firmly believe, had Gaijin made some better decisions, War Thunder could dominate this market. Like, War Thunder could be the game. Like, the vehicle-based combat game in this market. Now, World of Tanks will likely still have a bigger player base, yes. But if they would stop just driving people away with stupid marketing decisions and terrible balancing features at higher tiers, like, I firmly believe War Thunder could be the best game on the market. In this category, at the very least. But it's not, due to a number of factors. I think the biggest issue here is the communication barrier. Like, there simply isn't an easy way for the English-speaking community to talk to Gaijin. Or to talk to the developers directly. There just isn't. And you see that, like, if you look at the Russian community, like, what they say to the Russian community and what they say to us, it is night and day. Like, they're willing to talk about developments, like, what they're thinking, what they're working on, and then here they make, like, lighthearted jokes to try and make us feel better. It's like, look, I get it. You're trying to be nice to the community. But the community is getting frustrated, despite this, because, well, you aren't doing what we ask. Or if you do what we ask, you find some way to just milk the crap out of us for doing it. And I get that Gaijin has to be a business. And I get that they have to look for profits. But I think that if they went about it in a much more ethical manner, people would be willing to spend money on the game. Like, as it is, in its current state, all of the fun in the game is centered between tiers 2 and 4. 5 is kinda eh, and 6 is pretty garbage,
More
to be
mayonnaise for the
honest, to be
May-May
totally
go.
honest. Oh, come on. Woo, that was very close. I'm pretty sure that missile just gave me a haircut. So Gilly, thanks for the 19 months, man. Thanks for your ongoing support. It's like ranked in World of Tanks. It's like just tier 6 just isn't fun. And the only way that I've found to make it somewhat fun and interesting is to play cheese vehicles. Like, I shouldn't have to play a cheese vehicle in order to make myself feel like in order to enjoy playing top tier, you know? Like, I remember when top tier was somewhat enjoyable. Like, there was a period of time, like right after tier 6 was introduced, when, like, the very first, like, iteration of tier 6, oh, nice, yeah, there was a period right after tier 6 was introduced, before we started getting, like, a ton of vehicles, where the game was actually really well balanced. Like, it was fun to play at top tier. And that changed with a patch. Like, it was like 3 months of great top tier gameplay and fun, and it was gone. Like, see ya. And it will probably never come back anytime soon. At least I don't see it coming back anytime soon. And I don't remember what made it so enjoyable. All I remember was that it was truly enjoyable. It was a joy to play top tier at that point. Now, not so much. Tier 6 and up metas? I think possibly. I think that was quite possibly the best meta there was. Maybe even slightly before that, actually. Actually, no. Was it when Tier 6 was introduced? I think it might have been actually right before Tier 6 was introduced. Back when Tier 5 was still the max tier. Something like that. It's funny, I've actually been doing way better in the Chieftain than I have been in the Shot Cal. I don't know what it is about this tank. Well, he's down. That triggered those emotions. Yeah. And Arma was meta. Oh, there he is. Oh my god, this is ungodly slow. Oh boy, that's a problem. You just... Nice meme. I'm really curious as to where that automatic went. Oh, well that's the game anyway, so. These are fine. But what game will replace War Thunder's realism? Well, I don't think there is anything out there to properly replace War Thunder. It's not so much the realism that War Thunder brings to the table. It's the combination of game and realism that it has. Like, it's a really, really, really good balance formula that War Thunder has. Like between somewhat realistic damage models and physics and so on. To gameplay. The problem is that Gaijin keeps butchering the gameplay side of it in order to milk the game, and it's really annoying to watch that happen. It's just like they'll go on this streak of like really good changes and like really good things, and every time I want to believe that Gaijin is like finally turned to the better, they go and do some stupid shit and just shoot the game in the foot again. They heal they start to the healing process of the game. They start making it better. They do really good things to it, and then they shoot themselves again. It's like they don't learn from their mistakes. They're just constantly making the same mistakes over and over and over again, and it's really annoying and painful to watch. And people wonder why and you often wonder why people get so mad at this game. It's like there's something so good here. And then guys who just shoots themselves in the foot. He wants more money. The CEO has like next to... I've talked to the CEO. I've met Anton. And they have like next to no hand in the development of the game at this point. They just don't. Heck, I don't even know if Gaijin is a privately traded company. Yeah, I've seen it said that like if a company isn't growing, it's failing. I feel that's a really, really dangerous viewpoint to have, especially in a video game industry like this. Like, look, I want this game to grow. Like, who doesn't like? I don't think many people want War Thunder to fail as a game. Now, many people now some people may want Gaijin to fail as a company, but they don't want War Thunder to go with it. And it just baffles my mind. Like, they make the same dumb mistakes over and over again. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't think Gaijin is publicly traded, which would probably just accelerate its death if it was going if it's on that path. That's not a good thing. It could be or it could not be. Like it really depends on the CEO. There are some companies where a really hands-on CEO is a really bad thing. It just depends on how the CEO manages the company. And right now, I get the feeling that, like, the fact that we haven't seen anything from Enlisted in months, like in well over a year, basically, is not a good sign to me. Like, it's kind of like, what's it called? It's kind of like Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Like, we're seeing, like, next to zero, like we're seeing continuous updates, but, like, there's no release date. Although I think they announced there was going to be an open beta soon, but who knows when the fuck that's going to be. Like, we've heard, like, next to nothing. And, to me, that screams development hell. Now, that's not to say that if a game is in development hell, it's going to automatically fail. Like, there are plenty of games out there that actually turned out to be great successes that were in development hell for several years. But that doesn't... But that, to me, what it sounds like is Gaijin is trying to milk the success of War Thunder to fund the development of Enlisted. With the hopes that Enlisted will somehow replace War Thunder. And I've been told from a source that Gaijin was hoping to send a lot of developers over to Enlisted in the coming years. Which to me sounds like they are leaving War Thunder in the development of a much smaller team, which doesn't sound good. So they could focus on developing Enlisted, which may or may not have mass appeal. What's Enlisted? You see, like, the fact that people are still asking that question, what's Enlisted? Like, says all that needs to be said. Enlisted is Gaijin's attempt to make a World War II realistic first-person shooter like Postscriptum. Oh my god, this... this gun. I was gonna say. There we go. Oh, I got Mystic. Or I got, Mysticist. I killed a Shill! Oh, I got him! Suck it! I forgot how much I enjoyed this tank. But yeah, it's Gaijin's attempt to break into the realistic World War II shooter market. That's been cropping up with like Hell Let Loose and Postscriptum. Now they do have an interesting idea. They told us this at Gamescom last year. What is going to make War Thunder different is that the player counts are going to be like the actual amount of players is going to be lower per battle, but each player commands a squad of 10 AI. And instead of and if you die, like you're essentially like the squad leader of this 10-man squad. And when you die, instead of respawning, you simply switch to another AI and continue the fight. So the maps can be a little bit smaller, but the scale of the battles can massively increase, theoretically. Because if you have only, say, 12 players per team, that's still 120 like personnel running around the battlefield per team. And if you were to say you have 36 players or like 32 players per team, that's 320 soldiers per team. Which is a really cool concept. I kind of like the sound of that, because it's not as punishing as many of these games are. Oh, there he is. Can you beat his reload? I think I can. Woo! There we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh, it was Shill again. Rip Mystist. Or Rip Mysticist. Battlefield 5, we are an artistic game. Have a BSO... Has it have BSOD screen to his left? I have a, I don't know what that means, but I have a ViewSonic... I have this, like, old ViewSonic flat, what is it? Like a VA702B. From, like, the Stone Age. It's like one of those very first flat screens, which is still rather heavy. Whew. Like when they were just trying to get away from like CRT monitors. It's like from those days. But it works really well. Like the thing just keeps on trucking, you know? So, I mean, I just use it as a secondary monitor. Oh, God. I don't even know where I'm taking fire from. That's coming from there, but I can't tell. Over there. That's probably why. Dude, you're trying to do a gunnery duel with a tank that was made for this kind of gunnery duel. The ground is flat like hard ramen. Forget Shill play night game. Only player is going to be 768 personnel. Yeah, like Enlisted has the potential to sort of like take the market by storm, I think. Like that's a really cool concept. And like I said, it's also a lot more forgiving than a lot of other games of this genre, because I know that what chases a lot of people away from games like Postscriptum and Hell Let Loose is this idea that you have to be like this elitist milsim kind of guy in order to play it. Like I know for me, the biggest turnoff for games like Squad is the way the community sometimes acts. And with Enlisted, you have the potential to really have a different dynamic and just a different way of playing. There's a tank right there, I think, on the corner of that house. I think. Yes. Oh, it's a Yagged Panther. Oh. Poor Yagged Panther. What did he do to deserve this game? I have crippling depression. I remember T-posting in Hell Let Loose. Oh yeah. T-posing was when you're running across an open battlefield like a fucking princess, you know something's excellent about your game. What do you think of the roll-in-one? It's all right. It's fine. Like I don't think it's a huge game changer. The ADATS is still the king, in my opinion. F's in the chat for that, Yag Panther. Yeah, seriously, can we get an F in the chat for that, Yag Panther? Press F to pay respect. Oh damn, the Merkava got a significant mobility increase. Up to 900 horsepower, huh? It always seems like stuff is not that good anymore. I tend to go to single player or even older games in general. Oh yeah, I mean I've been playing a lot of RPGs recently. I picked up Elder Scrolls Online, but honestly I wasn't impressed with it. I think for now I'm just gonna stick with Star Wars: The Old Republic. I've been playing a lot of Stellaris. Like, heavily modded Stellaris, but Stellaris nonetheless. What else have I been playing? I've been playing Generation Zero in the last few days. Since my buddy Invincible Hetzer picked it up for me. Oh, this poor Yag Tiger. Can we get an F in the chat for this Yag Tiger? This water is surprisingly awesome. Yeah. Yeah, like Star Wars: The Old Republic has kind of creeped up on me. Like it's got some dubious monetization models, like locking off some basic features, like being able to hide your head armor for your character if you're not subscribed, but they've at least got the option to pay like a one-time like fee and not have to pay monthly and just get like a few months of subscriber time. And the story is actually really good in SWTOR. Like that was the thing that really didn't impress me about Elder Scrolls. There was no story to like instantly hook me into the game. Like if there was like a good story hook to keep me interested, and not just, like, be immediately sent on a shit ton of fetch quests, I think I would enjoy the game a lot more. Holy crap, I actually got 7 kills that game. And I didn't die! What is this? RPGs play Dark Souls? I have Dark Souls 3. But honestly, like, I've never really been interested in the Dark Souls universe all that much. It hasn't really been piquing my interest. Like, as far as fantasy, like, RPGs go, ever since I started playing D&D with a few of my friends, like, I haven't, like, actual, like, proper pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons, I haven't had as much interest for the, for the fantasy role-playing games in general. I just find Dungeons and Dragons to be so much more fun. Also, Dark Souls, yeah. Dark Souls isn't an RPG. It's a hack and slash. That's just really difficult. How are you? I'm doing rather well. How are you, my resident Frenchman? Making them seem worse in comparison. Yeah, I mean, I fully understand why there are plenty of older people who played Dungeons and Dragons as a kid, who go back and who are like coming back and playing Dungeons and Dragons, and they just love those things way more than any video game can. Because it's like there are things that happen in a good game of Dungeons and Dragons that you don't get out of a video game. Like for example, we just had this session. And it's 5 guys, like myself and 4 other dudes, and one of my friends, like we had to look around this town for clues for something, and one of my friends got the bright idea, hey, let's try the brothel, because well the concubines there probably have some information that we might find useful. All right, not a bad idea. Now my character is like a rogue character, so he was trying to keep out of sight. He didn't enter the brothel. He kept an eye out in case there was somebody in case somebody tried to make a move on them. My friend ends up taking advantage of the brothel and getting into a really kinky BDSM thing. Let's just say he got choked out by a midget. While my other friend watched him from a one-sided mirror, or watched him through a one-sided mirror. Like, holy crap! And I was just like, my character, like, I knew something like this was gonna happen, so I didn't want any part of that. D&D stream when? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it at some point. The thing is, I just don't have the equipment for it. But it was that was an interesting experience. A bunch of his trusted scrubs potentially. Yeah. The problem is that I'm not a great DM. I like playing, but I'm not great at DMing. So yeah, that would certainly be interesting. All right, let's continue. Usually, how old have we been? Fuck. All right, well, we got into a game instantly. Interactive D&D stream. The chat throws the dice. Oh God, I'm sure those games exist. By the way, like, or at least something like that has got to exist. Like, I know that there are some games where like the Twitch chat actively participates in the game, but I don't know. Any thoughts on the MiG-19S? I haven't played it, so I can't say it. I don't play top-tier jets, so like if you're asking for my opinions on those sorts of things, I'm not really the person to ask. Like, I haven't been playing much War Thunder in general, let alone jets, so it's like... yeah. Chat, do some rolls, like world events or something. That would be interesting. It'd be awful, but it'd be interesting. I know that, I don't know if anybody here watches Kraken. I've been watching Kraken forever. But Kraken used to do, I don't think he does these very often anymore, but he used to do these Left 4 Dead 2 arenas. Where the chat, where he would he would kind of like have like a chat command system where the chat could donate. I think he would do this through like a charity live stream. Like, they would donate to get points, which they could then spend on enemies that Kraken would spawn for his players. And so he would sort of like DM a Left 4 Dead 2 run through, and it was awful for the players. Like, it was complete torture for them, but it was so funny to watch, because it's like people would donate, like, people would just donate a bunch of money and like buy a bunch of tanks just to throw at the players. But seriously, like, going back to my original point, there are things that happen on a tabletop that just don't happen in a video game. And it's no wonder that tabletop games have had a resurgence in recent years. As far as D&D goes, you can pretty much attribute that to Critical Role. I watched the entire first season of Critical Role a couple of years ago. Or the entire first campaign of Critical Role, like, from start to finish. Holy shit, that was good. Like, I have never been more engrossed in a story before. The second campaign hasn't interested me as much. The first campaign The first campaign was like a hero's journey. The second campaign was more of a had more of a darker feel to it, and it didn't appeal to me the same way. That's not to say it's bad. It's just not my sort of thing. I don't know what it is about the Chieftain, but I feel a lot more comfortable with this thing than I do with the Shot Cow. Maybe it's the damage? I feel like the APDS ammunition is doing a lot more damage here. Yeah, it looks like, to me it feels like the APDS is doing way more damage than the APFSDS is doing on the Shot Cow. Is it just me? Maybe I'll have to do a direct comparison after this game. Oh, hello. When will a custom battle be done? When I put together a community stream. Like personally, I don't tend to get as much enjoyment out of custom battles as I do with just playing. Which is why I like to put together like events centered around custom battles to make it more interesting. Like just jumping into a battle and just killing each other over and over again isn't as fun to me. Like I'm sure it's great for you guys because you get to have your 5 seconds of fame. But at the same time, nowhere near as enjoyable for me. Oof. The biggest of oofs. Looks like Gaijin is not doing Gamescom this year. Like they're just not going? Period? That's a little concerning. Is that what they told you? I mean, I haven't heard anything, so I'm just curious. Why are there... Oh, this is the general purpose bombs. I see. Huh. Any of the YouTubers, and I asked about it in an email, they said likely that Gaijin is not going at all. Yikes. That's saddening. I was really hoping they would invite a few YouTubers out there this year again. If only just so we could all meet up. Like, so I miss those guys, man. Like Iron, Mike, Fly, like getting to meet everybody, Squire. That was an experience that I don't think I'm going to forget for a while. Crap. Oh shit. Oh boy, we got each other. All right, I'm okay with this. But yeah, that was an experience I'm not going to forget for quite some time. Like, at the very least, like just being able to talk and hang out and just chill with those guys, like it's weird. Like, for anybody who's met an online friend that you've known for years will understand what I mean when I say this. Like, you spend all this time, like, talking about and sharing a lot of the same experiences with this person, but without ever having met them. And then you meet them, and you're like instantly super friends. Because like you share pretty much all the same interests. You share a lot of this. In a lot of cases, we share the same ideas. It's a really gratifying experience that you just don't get with a lot of mediums. Why are naval battles dead? Because naval isn't fun. Like, Gaijin didn't do themselves any favors with this patch. Like, Imperial Navy was supposed to be the thing that revived naval. And again, they shot themselves in the foot by introducing the PGO2 as a low-tier premium. And as far as like low-tier goes, it's actually pretty high up there on the BR, but it's still low enough that you see entire teams of these things, and they're so powerful that just wipe the floor with anybody who is interested in naval forces. So I imagine a lot of people went to naval forces and said, oh shit, the Japanese are in the game, I gotta try it now. They go in and they try it, and then they just get raffle stomped by PGO2s. The PGO2, I think, single-handedly killed any chance of naval getting any real player base. And that's really sad to see, because I had really high hopes for naval. But when they announced the PGO2 was going to be a premium and a low-tier one at that, it was over. Like, yeah, like if you bought a PGO2, you're having the time of your life. But like my the video that I put out about a month ago, like the PGO2 is not okay. The stream highlight where I got like 17 kills in a game, 13 of which was before I died the first time. Like, it perfectly illustrates why naval is dead. Like, the low tiers are not fun, so people don't want to grind. And then those who are already playing, who get through that grind and get to top tier, find that top tier naval really isn't all that fun either, because it's dominated by a couple of ships and that's it. Because there's like no content there. And I imagine like the next time we see a lot like the final two places where we can see a large increase in people who want to play naval is when we see battleships and iconic battleships. Because we've already got heavy cruisers. It's only a matter of time until we see battleships. But even then, like, at that point, people are going to have to grind so much to get to those ships that they may not survive the grind itself. And top tier naval is just Brooklyn's. Yeah, until we also the damage models at top tier naval are just not fun. Like, they're just, it's just one team punches, or one ship punches the other in the face until one of them dies. It's that simple. Like, yeah, there's module damage and so on that can help you one way or another, but there's no sense, like, at the lower tiers, like, or even facing something like destroyers. Because destroyers have, like, sectional hull destruction, like, it's relatively easy to sink a destroyer. And it's actually pretty fun for destroyers on destroyer gameplay. But a lot of destroyers are now facing cruisers, and cruisers just eat destroyers for breakfast. And so it's not even an even fight. Like, it's nowhere near an even fight at all. So that's not fun. And then top tier, and then like the destroyer has like essentially no chance of defeating a cruiser, unless it's like either a really low cruise, like a really low tier cruiser, and even then a lot of those are pretty much immune to destroyers, or they can soak up enough punishment that the destroyer they can just destroy, they can knock out the destroyer before it has any chance of really doing much harm. About the only thing that destroyers have more of that are actually a threat to the cruisers are torpedoes. And torpedoes are not fast. They're more area denial weapons. So like they're not you can't exactly expect to use them as offensive weapons and get tons of kills. Unless you're, of course, the Japanese. Then you've just got essentially infinite range on those things. Squadron mode alternative. Yeah, I don't know why Gaijin feels the need to turn this game into an esports focused thing. Like, I knew that War Thunder wasn't going to be a, I knew that World War mode wasn't going to be a, what's it called, wasn't going to be a good, like, single player experience or a good average player experience. It was always designed to be a Clan Wars competitor. And the problem is that 90% of the player base doesn't play squadron battles. They don't play competitively. They just play random battles. So all the effort, also all the time and effort they put into World War mode, essentially didn't help anything. Like, it didn't do anything for them. Like, I'm sure that there are a couple of people who have benefited from it, but not many. Also, making, reward, like, certain vehicles that are, certain vehicles like the Surblinde, World War mode exclusive rewards, didn't help things. This capture point garbage. Yeah. Map design has been awful. Game mode design is non-existent. It's just lazy copy-paste that don't fit the game. Balance has been awful. Like, resources have been misplaced. It's hard for me to want to make content for a game that continues to do this. Like, I can only say that War Thunder is making a mistake so many times. I can only tell them, look, this is not the direction the game should be going. So many times. Like, after a while, I just stopped caring. Also, I can only put up with so much negativity, you know? Like, it's not good for people to be around that level of negativity for extended periods of time. So why do they have the Italian and French flags over naval? Which is also why I don't venture on places like Reddit or the forums, because it's just a hive of negativity, and I can only put up with that shit for so long. Currently, it's almost always been this way. Like, beforehand, when I wasn't a YouTuber and I didn't have to deal with it all the time, like, I could take a break and it wasn't a big deal, and I could just come back to the game when I felt like it. But now that I'm a YouTuber for War Thunder, there is an obligation for me to be here. And like, as much as people say, well, you don't have to be here, or you could do other things. It's like, well, fact of the matter is, most people aren't going to watch other things. It's simply reality. Now, some of you diehard fans, actually, a lot of people that are here may watch me play other things. But even then, a majority of you that are here for me to play War Thunder, not to go and play an RTS or go and play a single player RPG. Like, most people here are not interested in that. The view counts show me that, and that's okay. I just have to be real here. So, yeah, I can only put up with War Thunder shit for so long. And it's gotten to the point for me where I just don't want to deal with it. And when I don't want to deal with something, I just leave it for a bit. Crying like it was the end of the world. Yeah, it's funny. Like, that's another thing I really need to make a video about. The Penpocalypse. I'm thinking if I do make a video about the Penpocalypse, I'll name it, like, Penpocalypse X months later. But the problem is that you can pretty much sum up the Penpocalypse in a number of things. It broke a lot of stuff, and it made some vehicles unplayable. And it broke the balancing in a lot of places, but ultimately it didn't change how the game played. Like, yeah, it broke some stuff balance-wise, but outside of that, it didn't really change much. Play Battlefield 4. I was never really a huge fan of Battlefield 4. I loved Battlefield 3, but I always felt that Battlefield 4 was just a copy-paste of Battlefield 3. And Battlefield 5 is a complete mess. Battlefield 1 was fun, but there was no content. There was no real progression system in Battlefield 1. It was a stable game, it played well, but there was no content. Battlefield 5, there's a little bit of content, and there's a flow of content, but it's more like a trickle. And the game's technical issues are off the charts, and balancing issues are completely, like, all over the place. And Battlefield 5 is a complete clusterfuck. But yeah, I haven't really been a fan of the Battlefield series since Battlefield 3. Like, since then, my interest in it has just waned. In my opinion, for that sort of gameplay, there are way better options now. Like, Hell Let Loose is a much better game. Oh, it's Mo and Panther. Did I say Hell Let Loose? I meant Postscriptum. I'm sorry. I said the first thing that popped into my head. But even those games don't fully do it for me. Wow. Please. Fuck. I was hoping I could lob that over the hill and hit him. Damn it. Then we got this leopard spam. Then we got this pain train coming over the hill. I haven't seen you for ages. Yeah. For reasons I was just explaining. Like, I mean, I'm having fun right now for a period of time, but I don't expect, just because I'm streaming today, don't expect me to just suddenly come back in full force. It also doesn't help that I've had some technical difficulties with recording and so on. Like, for example, in the last few months, I've realized that Adobe Premiere, or Premiere Pro, really doesn't like Shadowplay. In the fact that because Shadowplay is a variable bitrate recording software... Oh boy. Because it is a variable bitrate recording software, it will sometimes desync the audio in Shadowplay, or in Premiere Pro. So what I have to do is I have to re-render all of my footage. I have to run it through another program to convert it from variable bitrate footage to constant bitrate footage. And that essentially doubles the length of time it takes to even for me to record a single game. It's not like I can just jump in, record a battle, and then jump out and drop that into the video editing software. If I do that, I run the risk of having totally desynced audio. Which I'm sure most people won't mind all that much, but for me is a big deal. Because if something isn't comfortable to watch, it makes it all that much harder for people to stay engaged. That was annoying. What is this guy doing? Can I even pen the upper front plate? I'm curious. No, I cannot. Is he like AFK or something? He has to be. Oh, now he's not. Oh shit. Who's the best bell for the 13mm on the JE288? I don't know, man. Maybe the APs? I'm not sure. Seriously, Swede, we need a Miles stream bingo. Like you were suggesting. Oh, come on. Poker with Miles or blackjack? It's been a while since I played blackjack. I've never played poker, never really had an interest in it. Hell, and just in general, I'm not really into card games. Bingo it is. Pass out at the rate I'm going. Yeah, man, if you're not feeling it, then go to bed. Better that you get some rest and feel better at some other time. I'll probably end up playing Generation Zero at this rate anyways. And I'll probably just try and stick with recording it, I think, instead of trying to stream it. Because that would... I watched back the VOD a little bit earlier today of yesterday's stream. It was awful. Like, I don't understand how the people who did stay and watch it actually watched it. I would never have stayed there and watched something like that. So those who did actually put up with it, I appreciate it. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that again anytime soon. Damn. Oh shit. Hi there. Well, hello there. Damn. You serious? That was annoying. Repen me. Get my guillotine to work. I streamed some Generation Zero yesterday, like really late at night. So it was like really early in the morning for most of you guys. Which probably didn't help things, but trust me, you weren't missing much. But yeah, I did stream. It went okay. Like, the gameplay itself was fine, but whenever I moved, the stream would lag. It was dropping frames left, right, and center. For whatever reason or another, OBS does not like Generation Zero. Why did I stream? Because I felt like it. Oh god. Well, at least I got him. I needed to make sure that threat was neutralized. Although it doesn't look like our team has been holding on to the objectives very well. Oof. Oh, okay. Apparently I can't knock over that tree. During the next week's sales, will fit nicely within my newly unlocked Brennus. That's assuming they even put it on sale. If Gaijin has shown us anything, they are ridiculously squeamish about sales. They say they're going to have like 50% off discounts next week. You know what I bet it's going to be? It's going to be these new packs we've never seen before that are going to be half off. So they're going to be $200 packs that are going to be $100, and they're going to be half off. Despite the fact we've never fucking seen them before. I guarantee... Oh, God, that's a lot of tanks. Well, we killed each other. I'll take that. I will chalk that up as a win. You know, or both for actually usable memory controller. I mean... I could do that, but the likelihood of me being able to garner enough cash within a reasonable period of time is probably not great. Like... Plus, it's not fair to you guys. Like, I don't like, I'm not the kind of, I don't really like begging for money, which is probably the reason, which I probably should do more often, to be honest. But I really don't like throwing advertisements like, you need to donate, or like, you need to, or like, people should donate to my Patreon all the time. Like, maybe that's why nobody's on my Patreon, but, or other than a couple of people. And those of you who do subscribe to me on Twitch, like, I really do appreciate that. And I'm thinking what I'll do from now on is I'll start including people who subscribe in my videos. I just need to figure out a way to, like, to better keep track of who's actually subscribed and who's not. Because there's actually a lot more subscribers than there are patrons. Parts aren't in high demand. Yeah, I'm not interested in trying to sell parts on eBay or something. Like, my PC runs, like, when I'm playing War Thunder, this setup runs perfectly fine. It's just playing games like Gen 0 that really kill me. For my normal everyday purposes, this setup runs just fine. For our money. I appreciate that. I'm my own harshest critic, however, so... I guess it's sort of my job to think of myself as unworthy of that. Well, he made it easy. Woo! That's a young tiger! Oh, 9! Oh, fuck. I didn't think he was reloaded. I thought he had just fired. Damn it. I think I distracts, though. If you don't say 9. I've been taking a German class. I can't help it. I've been trying to force myself to speak more German in class. So that just carried over out of habit. And PostScript not on console? Because I don't think that they were ever intended for console. Like, the sort of things that you do, the sort of gameplay that you expect from a game like Postscriptum or Rising Storm doesn't really tend to translate well with the limited control schemes of console. Like, it's a lot more than just... It's also not... Like, the audiences between console and PC are also very, very different. Like, the PC player base tends to be a little bit more mature, I found. Because, well, there's a higher entry fee. And as a result, you tend to get a lot more mature communities on PC. I don't see games like Postscriptum or Rising Storm 2 and so on doing well on consoles. I just don't see the games running very well. Or not running very well. I don't see them selling well. Because it's not the same audience. Okay, let me put it this way then, let's do. The perceived entry fee. Now, these days most PCs, you're more likely to be able to run games on PCs than just a few years ago. But even then, like, when you get a console game, for the most part, as long as the game isn't completely terrible, you'll know the game will work. With a PC, there's always that chance that it may not work. Although you could argue that these days that chance is not much higher than consoles. But again, there are a lot of people who perceive PC gaming as a much harder realm to get into. And as a result, they're like consoles are I hate to put it this way, but consoles are pandering to the lowest common denominator. And that's where they've seen the most success. So, I guess all the power to them. I just don't see the lowest common denominator being all that interested in a game like Rising Storm. How is this guy still alive? That's my question. This guy really wants to win the game, and I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh boy, this is gonna be close. We are slightly lower. No, we're definitely lower in terms of tickets. Fuck. The Call of Duty Fortnite crowd? Yeah. Rising Storm 2, Postscriptum, Hell Let Loose, those games just... I can't see them appealing to a console community. Not to mention the fact that some of the systems they have in place there just don't translate well to console. Like, how is the squad coordination system supposed to work without extra buttons? Games like that are a lot more complex than Call of Duty. They just simply are. Oh, I'm all out of vehicles. Darn. It's all up to this dude. If he caps the point, this game is over. He just has to get to cover and hang out. And he capped it. That should be it. Holy crap, that was close. Keyboard and mouse now on Xbox now though. Only some games support it, not all games. And I imagine that a vast majority of console users aren't using mouse and keyboard. Like, I think it's only a very, very small amount of games, War Thunder being one of them. Like, last I checked, there was only like 10 games or so. And developers now have the option of developing their games with mouse and keyboard in mind. Although I imagine most of the console developers are not. Yeah, we won that with 168 tickets left. That is very close. To say the least. I got 8 kills. How long have I been streaming? Oh, close to 2 hours. I think what I'm gonna do is take a piss and grab a drink. So I will be back in a moment. And then we shall continue. All right. Okay. Things have actually been going rather well with the chieftains. I'm not sure why. You'd think things would be going worse with the chieftains than the shot cow, but I guess not. My earlier question? No, I did not. Or maybe I did, I don't know. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a comparison test. I feel like 120mm APDS is doing more damage overall. If they knock out a track with pillbox, they knock out a gun, we MG nest, etc. Yeah. I've heard of it. Holy shit. Okay, I just got a notification for something that's not popping up. What the hell was that? I didn't get an alert for that. What the hell? Oh, Patreon $3 pledge. Oh, that would probably explain why it didn't pop up. Huh. Weird. Well, I appreciate whoever just pledged on Patreon. Oh, okay. I pledged on Patreon. Well, appreciate that, Hannah Barca. Thank you. Not a great test. Okay, there's the damage on that. My bloody SR on. It is on, actually. I wanted to keep it relatively copyright strike free, though. We've seen that. What is a T-72 without its three-man crew? A T-72 without its three-man crew, that's what it is. Yeah, I feel like the cone of damage on the APDS for the Chieftain is a lot bigger. Oh, that's why. I forgot that I had set the I forgot that I had set the music for the stream to come out of the really shitty speakers in the back of my monitor, so it was like, so I was just getting random music and I was like, where the fuck is it coming from? Let's see. I think we'll just keep going with the Chieftains. They seem to be working out well for me. We're making steady progress on the Challenger. Not amazing progress, but steady progress. This should actually be a pretty decent map. The Chieftains. If I go up here, I might be able to do some work. Ah. Green 42 for the win. Play them the song of my people. Jesus Christ. Just remember the British don't have helis. Oof. Oh yeah. I am rather surprised at the lack of enemy presence here. there's a lot... Oh, shit. I don't know what... Oh, it's a BMP. Might explain something. Shot cow, delete this. Hi there, Mr. M56. I don't see that going well for the T-54 E1. Oh god, I just realized that the M4A3 E276 is a 6.0 now. Oh boy! This is gonna hurt. When will you learn that your actions have consequences? I can't do that voice. I am going to change positions. Because firing in the same place twice is probably not a good idea. Or more than twice. Yeah, pro tip, if you want to avoid getting shot more often, don't fire from the same position twice, or more than twice. Because the first round, they're not going to know where you are most of the time. After the second round, they'll have a pretty good idea of where you are. The third round, they'll know exactly where you are, and if you're firing a fourth round, what the fuck are you doing? Like, unless you are supremely confident that your position is not compromised. I probably should have fired that earlier. I would not fire more than 2 rounds. Yes. Got a jet engine and his track. There we go. That was the ammo shot I was going for. I don't know what it is. I've really been enjoying the Chieftain. I don't know why. I like this thing over the shot cow, to be totally honest. I just wish we had a premium version of the Chieftain. Oh, by the way, did anybody else see the leaked images of the M60A3 SLEP or the M60 SLEP? SLEP. Essentially, it's an M60 with a more powerful engine, and the M256 120mm gun. Devo, if you want to squad up with me, you'll have to do it via Twitch, as like you'll have to earn enough points via watching on Twitch in order to redeem a squad up. I do that so that way it's fair for everybody. Oh boy. That's a 3-3-5, yep. And in a bomb. Nice meme. Yeah, high skill. High skill gameplay. Totally deserve that. I know this Windows 98 guy on my team. We were in God, what were we in? I think we were in, like, Windows 98 and I were in a squadron together many, many moons ago. Like, way back in, like, 2012, 2013, 2014 days. Oh, I just pilot sniped him. Nice. Get fucked, kiddo. What's my favorite tank? If I had my favorite tank, my number one favorite tank is the mouse. My number one favorite tank to play is the M4A1 FL10. Oh boy. Come on, fighters, get him. Oh yeah, they're all over him. I am not worried about them. Yeah, they got him. His time on this earth was limited. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I've shot down a plane, I've killed a tank, tapped a couple of points. Not a great game, but not a bad one either. Just slit my wrist with tier 1 Brits. Yeah, tier 1 Brits is not fun. Yeah. Oh, he's dead. Oh, hello. Crap. I knew that was going to happen. And then the T-54E1 fucked up too. God damn it. Yeah, the T-54E1 completely fucked up. He had a complete sightline and everything, and he fucked it.
God, please, no!
Pick such lineup with which you had the most fun ever. Probably 4.7 France. Either that or some of the old, like either that or old 5.7 America. Like back when the M36 first came out. Or like back when the American Tank Destroyer line was first released. That was the definition of fun, because it was like the American APHE was a lot more powerful, like 90mm APHE felt a lot more powerful back then than it was today. And it was hilarious. Because you could wipe out entire teams with the M36. And I remember gaining games like 16 kills in it. Consistently. Oh god. That's a radar AA, isn't it? Oh boy. Yeah, that was a radar AA. Wasn't much I was going to be able to do about that. Which packs do you think are coming on sale? I have no idea. honestly, I think that Gaijin is gonna try and pull another like, if I'm gonna be totally honest here, I think that Gaijin is not actually gonna put any packs on sale. They're just gonna make new packs that they're gonna claim are 50% off when they've never been there before, and as a result, they've never been 50% off, which technically I think is illegal in some countries. They've done it plenty of times beforehand. Remember the Overlord sale, where they had those brand new packs that were half off? And while technically, yes, it is a better deal than buying all of those vehicles individually, those packs were still not there beforehand. So, if I'm going to be honest, I don't think anything is actually going to go on sale. Now, I'd love to be wrong. So, Gaijin, if you prove me wrong on this, good on you. But so far, you haven't shown me anything. You haven't shown me anything differently. So, I don't expect anything to actually go on sale. Well, I mean, I've seen it plenty of times, so they either must not care or it's not been looked into. But are cheaper together. Yeah, but ultimately you're not actually making a sale, are you? Like, you're just selling the same products bundled together to get the same price point that people would normally pay for them. Or at least one of them. Like, I am not a fan of that. Like, if you're going to make a sale, make it a proper fucking sale and actually sell vehicles for 50% off, not bundle them. Like, I know that there are plenty of places in Europe, for example, that have really, really low income per capita. And, like, all these, like, I know World of Tanks went through this issue for a very long time, and I know that they, to a certain degree, they continue to do this. Where, like, they will bundle vehicles with a bunch of useless items just to jack up the price. And Gaijin does this all on a regular basis, but nobody's addressed it. Like, they don't, like, there's no option to just buy the vehicle. You always have to either buy it with extra gold or premium time. Like, for example, for me, if I was to buy something like that, I would have no use for it. I've got nearly 500 days of premium account time left. I don't need the Golden Eagles. Like, if I wanted to buy more Golden Eagles, I could just buy that separately. Like, give me the... I think that there should be at least be an option to buy the vehicle on its own separately for a much lower price. And if you want the bundle that comes with it with, like, unique decals and so on, sure, jack up the price on that. Like, but make it a separate thing, you know? Yeah, a scam is still a scam even if it is a better offer. That's a good way of putting it. It irritates me to no end. What's more hilarious about the boomerangs too is that you can't get the Boomerang Mark II without buying the Mark I. You need to buy the Mark I before you can get the Mark II. By the way, these were some of the first premiums I ever bought. I don't even remember how much they are. Not a new item. Yeah. J to the what? If you think I'm a cutie, then your standards are extraordinarily low. That's all I can say. Although I guess if you aim low, you can never be disappointed. Mosquito for the US. This is the only American mosquito ace, by the way. Huh. Interesting. You show the JU-288? The thing about the JU-288 is that it's best played in sim. Like, if you're going to buy the JU-288 and you want to actually make some real money with it, play it in sim. And I really don't feel like playing Sim today. Oh shit, I totally forgot about the vehicle request. Alright, after this battle we'll do vehicle requests. .9.0 game, nice. What? We got frickin' Shill over here. Change my name? Okay. Oh, alright. The problem is... non-sim players coming there. Showing on the score. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Like the JU288 is much better played in sim. Like that's where you get that's where you get the most out of its rewards. Why are you firing nothing but smoke? All you're doing is just drawing attention to that. No. This guy's just spamming smoke shells, and all he's doing is drawing attention. Because newsflash, people, smoke is really easy to spot. Yeah, see, that guy died. I'm pretty well certain that guy died because he was firing smoke. That is why you don't spam smoke on a flank. Because all it tells people is, hey, there are vehicles over here. You should come over here and shoot them. Oh, come on, come on. Crap. Gonna be able to fire again. Oh, please shoot the AMX-10. Oh, no, he's gonna shoot me anyways. Alright. And then the AMX-10 RC is gonna take the kill. Nice. Nice! Prevent chat. Prevent bullshit. As suspected. Oh, of course. I like how the T-55 behind us is in such a isolated position he can't even help us. Oh boy. Oh boy. And I totally fucked up that shot. That was gonna be my only chance. Wow. What is the T-55 even doing? He's right... T-55! What are you doing? He's probably a console player, isn't he? Yeah, he's an Xbox player. Is he new? Yeah, he's pretty new. He's played nothing but... He's pretty much played... Oh my god. So he got an XM1, then he bought a T-55 AM1. Played 107... Wow. He's played a lot of games in the Object One. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So this guy basically bought his way to the top of the game. And then played those... Just spammed those vehicles until he got to top tier. That actually makes a lot of sense. That explains his, lackluster performance, shall we say. Look at him, he's still over there. He did absolutely nothing to help the team. Oh my god, I actually hit that. Like, I'm doing more. Yep, he's dead. Fantastic. I love those players, man. Look. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying that his choices to get to top tier are not paying off. Like, as much as I'm throwing shade his way, it's because of his choices as a player, not because of his choices as a person. You can't buy skill. No matter what people want to tell you. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh, this is a problem. Especially with planes. Oh boy. Of course he takes out my horizontal drive. It's not like I needed that. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. Oh, this game was over pretty quickly. Man. It's funny, because this extreme biplane got on the other team. It's just like, I'm sure you're better than most of your team at least. So far, you're correct. Lol. Like, the guy... I'm not gonna blame this entire failure on that one dude, because it's not entirely his fault. But he didn't do us any favors by dropping smoke there and calling attention to the fact that there were a lot of tanks on this side, and then proceeded to put himself in a position that wouldn't help support the team. Like, it's like, okay, if you're going to hang back there, at least put yourself in a position where if we do get flanked, you're at least in a position to do something about it. But no, he just sat there and waited until he died. Did I get 3 kills? Yeah, I got a triple kill. Nice. Yeah, that catapulted me to the top of the team.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Actual skill. And look, if you're bad at the game, it's fine. Where I start to have problems with bad players is when they try and, well, do stuff like what that guy is doing. Artificially trying to buy his way to the top in order for a better experience, when really the game works the other way around. You need to play to the top in order to get the most out of it. And while buying some stuff can help, it's not the be-all, end-all. Bonsai. Oh god, here comes Sangeli. Here he comes. I tried. Yeah, I don't think there's any point in respawning in this battle. Yeah, stream snipe. Insta-ban. But yeah, word of advice, people. Wait, what? I destroyed an enemy plane with bombs? Hang on. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Did I just... Did I, like, kill somebody behind me? Alright, I need to check the replay. Hold the fuck up. You got 6 kills, apparently. You can see it in the clip. Seahawk flew over the 2 tanks as you dropped. Oh, that would explain a lot. I need to see that. I didn't notice that. I thought I just killed 3 tanks. I didn't realize that I didn't realize that I killed the plane with bombs. Well, that's hilarious. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. That's, look. So, we're gonna watch this guy for the initial part. So here's what you don't do. Alright, first of all, this guy's using the wrong ammunition. He's using almost entirely Heat FS. Probably because it's a little bit cheaper. He's got 9 smoke shells? 10 smoke shells? He just fired 1. And here's the other thing. Like, oh, come on. Alright, here's the other thing. He's firing smoke shells at this position, right? The fact of the matter is that the position he's going up to doesn't even have line of sight to the location that he's trying to block line of sight to. What I think he's trying to do is block line of sight to people that are over here, which, first of all, people can't be here yet because it's only a couple of minutes into the battle and the enemy team is still traveling up the hill. Or at the very most, they're about here. At the very most. So they're either around here, up here, or over here. Cool. If they were there, that wouldn't be a bad idea. However, he's firing smoke shells into a position that he isn't even crossing through. And so all he's doing is creating a nice white background for any tanks that travel through this smoke. Hold on. He's creating a nice white background for any tanks that travel through this smoke to be contrasted against. So dark vehicle outlines on white backgrounds makes them easy targets. Can we see that? Like, watch this AMX-30. Like, it cannot be that difficult to see an AMX-30 contrasted against that wide of a background. Yep. Yeah, and then he dies. Like, and it would be one thing if he was actually passing through this area, but no, he's actually just gone over to here. He can't, like, he's firing smoke in a position that against enemies that won't even see him in the first place. So all he's doing is just calling attention to this flank and causing issues for the rest of us. Alright, I'm gonna skip through. Alright, what is he doing? Where the hell is he even at? So he's here now. He still can't see over the top of this. And because he can't see over the top of this, and like if he wanted to go into an Overwatch position, he should have come up here into these rocks. Like, you go up into here, and he could have, and he while he may not have stopped this push, he at the very least could have taken this guy out who came around the corner. And ultimately flanked me and killed me. But because he's here, yeah, he's not going to help anybody. And as a result, I get a big hard dildo in the ass. This may be the most Galaxy Brain War Thunder player of all time. Yeah. Although I do want to relive this shot that I make on this guy. This is an IQ 700 play. IQ 10 versus IQ 700. Not really. I just got lucky here. I got very lucky there. That hit the very bottom part of his ammunition and knocked him out. Alright, let's get through. Alright, now I need to see this again. Come in. This was a perfect drop on this heavy tank, by the way. Beautiful. He was never going to escape that. Where's this Seahawk? Hold on. Okay, here he is. Oh, I see what happened. He was slotting in behind me. IQ 1000. That's amazing. Oh my god. I didn't even realize he was there. Nice. He's smarter than we can imagine. We merely do not understand his strategies. Yeah. Yes, now vehicle requests. The Rain 40T. I would say for the Republic in French, but I don't speak French. And they would probably just butcher the pronunciation anyway. Lorraine 40K repair cost. Oh, it's about halfway there. Big brain plays. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Shill. Yeah. Oh, nice, I have a winter camo. Need a reminder that Tier 1 Brits are AIDS. Broke as fuck, so you watch another guy play it. I know the feeling. Yeah, if you're playing Lorraine 40T these days, you're not caring about repair costs. You're playing it to have fun. It's a shame that Gaijin feels the need to put a tax on fun these days. Oh no, we don't use repair costs to balance tanks. That's what the BR system is for. Raise the repair cost of literally every single fun tank in the game that isn't premium. The fuck with you in particular? Yeah. Yeah, repair costs are just a shitty band-aid solution. Oh, we don't know how to balance the game, so we're just going to, throw on a high repair cost and call it a day. Bye, Leopard. Meet solid AP. If he had a winter camo there, I don't know if I would have seen him. All I could do is look for movement. Yeah, I could see this being a problem for people with poor vision. I mean, hell, I miss shit all the time, and I've got 2020, 2015 vision. Like, I've got really good vision. I miss shit all the time. So I can only imagine how difficult this map would be for people with terrible eyesight. Which is, it's kind of concerning because, like, terrible eyesight runs in my family. Like my grandfather, he used to have really good eyesight when he was younger. But as he's grown older, like, his eyes have rapidly deteriorated. At one point, he was almost entirely blind. Surgery managed to stave that off, and he can drive and so on now. But even then, it's very difficult for him to do certain, like, for example, he had to give up playing video games and flying a couple decades ago because his eyes just wouldn't allow for it. So now, like, and he's only able to read books via his iPad because he can make the text big enough for him to read. Very, very poor vision. Yeah, that's the unfortunate side of making a game like this, or forcing you to use your eyeballs to spot stuff, because not everybody has great eyeballs. Not everybody can be blessed with that thing, or with those things. So. So far, my vision has actually been pretty good to me, so it's hard for me to relate, but I can see where people struggle with that. Oh, hello. Somebody back here. Being realistic in Sim 2, lol. I'm sorry. I think if there wasn't like the hilarious arcade boost, like the arcade speed boost and giant name tags above their heads, I'd play arcade. But I mean, if I wasn't famous, I would within the Worth Center community, I probably would play arcade more. But yeah, if you have a giant red name tag over your head and it has some YouTuber's name over it, people are more likely to shoot you, I found, than others. Not sure why. Also, another reason why I don't play ARB. Because, well, everybody is able to know who you are. Come on, where is this guy? I'm gonna push forward. I'm on Lorraine 40T. I'm meant to be aggressive. Well, maybe not meant to be, but... Oh, shit. Did he... Okay, I didn't see the bomb there at all. The bomb was white, and I couldn't see the bomb. Alright, well, if we can't play the Lorraine 40T, we'll play the next best thing. We'll play the... Not so... Please, everybody, please ignore the French hover technology. Anabarca, what would this be known as in French? Just out of curiosity. Like, what would this technology be known as? What would you call it as a Frenchman? As I've done it, I've achieved my first APDS round. I did it for the M41A1. Nice! I think that was actually my first one, too. Ducks. Currently in a predicament. A fuse blew in my house, so my PC is dead, and I have no spares, so I have to buy one. So I live in southeastern Chicago, so I can't walk one block without getting mugged. Send help. That sucks. That's why you get a concealed carry. Can you repeat the question? What do you call this sort of bush hovering technology in French? As a Frenchman, what would you classify this as? I'm curious. You should play Battle Royale, but with the T-32. Oh, God. Never been a fan of Battle Royales. Is easy mode? Seriously though, these floating bushes are getting really distracting. My typing is a suck. Yeah, this guy's like, I haven't seen a single enemy the entire game. Large maps suck. I'm on C. And it's like, well, the fighting isn't around C. Like, if there aren't people around C, like, if there aren't people attacking C, then, well, there aren't people there. Why are you still there? Although in his case, it may have actually worked out for him, because there's actually somebody now camping C, so... You know, you'd think that a vehicle that doesn't weigh that much more? Like, how much does this thing weigh? 50 tons? You'd think that a vehicle with 54 tons and a 1,000 horsepower engine would actually get around the battlefield pretty quickly? Nah, not really. Not sure what it is about this vehicle. Very secret and powerful connection with vines and plants that can possibly become wine one day or another. Sitting back at the map, removing them. Realism sounds nice, but I've yet to see someone recommend a better alternative. Well, here's the thing. First of all, most players aren't very good shots. So a lot of it, like, even when there weren't any cap points, people gravitated towards the center of the map. In addition, you can always design the maps to have much better firing positions closer to the middle of the map. People are going to good players are going to seek out better firing positions. So if you want to guarantee hits, you got to get closer. In addition, a lot of the better firing positions are closer. I think that people should naturally gravitate towards the center of the map. If they want to sit in the back of the map and let the enemy team take over the better firing positions and flank them, or something like that, that's on them, man. I think that people should be able to play how they feel they should be able to play, rather than, oh, there's an arbitrary white circle on the ground, and that determines whether or not the game that determines whether somebody wins or not. Another thing you can do is just create more battle maps, but with the battle capture zones farther apart. So that, yeah, if there is one guy camping somewhere on a map like this, you can always just go capture the point, and you can always just go cap the point and end the game that way. Also, there are game timers. You could lower the game timers for Team Deathmatch. Be completely for many players? I don't think so. Honestly, I think it's a much better game mode than Domination, than suitably out rush B. Or rush capture point in the middle of fucking nowhere for no arbitrary reason. I mean, for some arbitrary reason. I mean, you said it yourself, Stug. You tend to be the person that charges straight down the middle of the map and hopes for the best. That can hardly be blamed on other players. If you don't want to be sniping bait for them, then consider planning your routes more carefully. That's all I can say. But yeah, that's why I say, like, if we're going to have cap circles, make them game-ending cap circles. Like, force people to move in some way, shape, or form. Gaijin needs infantry? No, they don't. Infantry would do nothing but break the game. I talked about this yesterday briefly. Gaijin is already making enlisted. There was no reason for them to add infantry into War Thunder. Not only that, but it would create further problems for the game rather than solutions. like, what role would infantry have in a game like this? Like, maybe they can capture a building or something like that, but the gameplay isn't exactly built around the addition of infantry. It's built around vehicles. Not only that, but that would also increase the age rating of the game, and Gaijin have said multiple times that they have no intention of raising the age rating of the game, because, well, if you raise the age rating of the game, that means that there are less players that are coming in and trying your game. Great, thanks. Stop me as a Doom Turtle. Who's messaging me? I think what I'll do is I'll play another game here of the Lorraine. Capture circles, essentially battles? Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The thing is that a lot of the battle modes... that I'm referring to have the cap circles like in the middle of the map or really close to each other. Like, that defeats the entire purpose of those modes. In my eyes. Removing them because, like... Or at the very least, if you're going to make us capture something, make it something valuable to a team. Like specific objectives, like capture an ammunition dump or something like that. Like, capture this car park in the middle of an open field, like that. No. or take this position because it presents a commanding view or something. But even then, I don't like that idea, because it still forces people to go to a specific location or lose the battle entirely. I just don't like that. And if people want to sit back and camp, there's no guarantee they're actually going to get anything done either. Like, at some point, you gotta move. Camp airfields? Maybe. Like, if there's going to be a game-ending capture circle, it needs to be far enough away from the center of the battle for an actual fight to play out. Like, in my opinion, those capture circles... Or maybe... Here's an idea. When you've destroyed, like a substantial number of the enemy team... Like, let's say half the enemy team has quit the battle. Through being knocked out. Once you get to that point and your team has a significant numbers advantage, maybe then the cap circle will appear at a specific location on the map, and put it in a place where there is a defensive advantage for the team at the disadvantage. So that the team that's winning now suddenly has to attack a defensive position. I think that would be pretty cool. At least to try out. I'm not saying it's a perfect idea, but I would at least like to try that. Yeah, I've played PlanetSide 2. I don't know how... I'm not sure how the spawn system in PlanetSide 2 would translate very well to ground forces, though. Mainly because I don't remember much about it. You just restart the on-screen chat, it's stuck? Yeah, let me refresh it. One moment. Properties, refresh cache. Hopefully that fixed it. Happy airfields to get aircraft spawns. Maybe, but then you'd have to make the maps large enough so that tanks of the enemy team can't easily reach it, you know? Or at the very least, maybe not, like maybe open up like an air spawn, but allow but keep the airfields there so that people can resupply if they need to. But the problem there, like the risk is that if you land there, you could get destroyed on the ground. Maybe that might work. Okay, so that's T-34. Oh shit. Crap. I want to get behind this T-34. Oh shit, I didn't kill his gun. Really? Okay. Alright, I should not have lived there, but alright. I'll take it. He didn't even damage me! What the heck? Okay. Oh shit. Oh fuck, I'm all out of ammo. Oh no! Well, I got 5 kills before I went down, so I'll take it. I did what the Lorraine does best. Worst possible experience? Oh, I agree. Yeah, playing on large maps with small player bases, it sucks. Like, I will admit that. Like, that's a pain in the ass. However, it also doesn't make the gameplay any more enjoyable if you're playing at, say, top tier with it. Like, playing on this map with an M1 Abrams sucks even with a smaller player base. Like, yeah, you're more likely to see somebody because of a smaller geographical area. But that doesn't make the M1A1 Abrams any more enjoyable to play. It's still the same exact gameplay, just on a smaller scale. And at top tier, the shorter the distance gets between players, the more all the vehicles kind of become the same thing. Like at this tier, I can put up with the crappy smaller maps because, well, the engagement distances here are a lot shorter. Like, I'm willing to put up with it here. I mean, I like the map, but it's not terrible. However, playing this map with an M1A1 or name your top tier vehicle of choice, not all that great. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but alright. Is that artillery? I think it was. Is it just me, or is there a lot of M18s on the enemy team? Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of Hellcats on the enemy team for some strange reason. I don't know what he's shooting at. Oh, he's already dead anyways. Not like the extra mobility helped them though in this case. Hello. That M103 player had such a great game. This guy was like, oh, this guy put in all chat, you know Fly Daily has me on friend on Discord? Like, I love his videos. And I was like, well, I've met him in real life. I've actually slept in the same room as him, so. Not much, but I can't help it. Maybe laughs. Keep going, man. Hey, man, don't worry about donating if you can't. You don't have to. Simply being here is good enough for me. If you want to donate, there should be a link down below in the stream description. Let me double check. Should be there. Yeah, donations. Streamlabs.com/ManyMilesAway. But you don't have to. Also, guys, if you guys want to interact with me, adding me as a friend on War Thunder isn't the best way to do it. Like, join my Discord. I guarantee you'll get a much better experience than if you add me as a friend on War Thunder. Also, you're limited in how many friends you have. Hey, Baron, don't worry about it. Like, don't feel you have to give X amount to me or whatever. Heck, you don't have to give anything to me. Anyways, alright. Next one is M4A3E2. Only accept and play with me. Look, the best way to do that is, the best way to just talk to me is to join my Discord. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Join the Discord and you'll get a much better experience than if you just add me. Send him cursed memes on his Discord. I would say that's not true, but I would be wrong. Let's see here. I think the best way to do this is to just drop this into a 5-7 lineup and hope for the best. What else can I bring that's 6-0? Walker Bulldog. Like Devo, BB-238 taken to a dogfight at 1,000 meters. We'll try. Going a little over 3 hours here, so Getting pretty close to wrapping this stream up, I think. I think what we'll do is we'll do the M4A3 request, and then we'll do the BV238, and then I'll call it an evening. I can hear my cat in the other room through my headphones. Honestly, PE8 lineup, best lineup? I don't know. It's in my opinion, it's pretty hard to beat the French 4.7 lineup. Maybe that's just because what I see as mean vehicles are just really good vehicles. Or just vehicles that shouldn't be good, but are. And by good, I mean actually competitive. Alright, let's see what happens. I don't have high hopes, but we'll see. I think I might actually be top tier, though. Nope, I'm gonna win this fight. Looking on them. They may not have the heaviest armor. Their vehicles may not be the fastest. But holy crap, do they hit hard. Hey, Al. How you doing, man? How did your little play session with Mo go? What I'm trying right here is extraordinarily risky. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Gotta get out of the open here. We are very much in the open on this one. Oh, it's a little Hetzer. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Cover your eyes, children. Oh, this isn't working. He's got his front to me. Can I try and get through the, can I try and get through this? Nope. That doesn't count. Unless I can get through his, unless I can see his lower plate, I'm not gonna get through him. Not with this ammo. This Centurion is gonna get wrecked. I don't know where the hell that came from. Oh boy. He's down. Where the hell is the Hetzer? He's probably behind me. And I'm probably gonna get shot in the ass now that I've done this. Yeah, I can see his tracks. There he is. Hello, little guy. Oh, fuck. I missed the shot. Missed the shot! Come on, get back here. Come here. Come here. Fucking slaves. Get your ass back here. There we go. All is good. Honestly, this game is going way better than I expected it would. You bullied that poor Hetzer? Oh yeah, I totally did. Although he did the right thing. Got himself hull down. Or upper hull down, I guess you could say. That is why you don't show your side in the Panther. He did the right thing, though. He got himself... He got his lower plate hidden. Faced the threat, and there wasn't much I could do about it other than wait for him to advance. I think what he should have done is... He should have... I'm surprised he didn't notice where I was when I flanked around the rock and dealt with the tiger. He would have been better off trying to flank around and... Or trying to get around me rather than just trying to run away. Because there's a lot of things, but mobile isn't one of them. I'm really concerned about somebody. Oh, fuck, there's the tiger. Oh, fuck. Well, I did a lot better than I thought I would, all things considered. Granted, I am in a down tier, so... cheek armor from every side. Or you could just make it out of Tiger Vision ports. That works too. The classic Tiger Vision... uber depleted uranium vision ports that the Tigers have. With your KV-2 as a ghost shell against an ASU-57. Oof. Cheap plates, just Tiger Vision ports. You know what? It wouldn't even surprise me. Like, you take it off and it's just Tiger Vision ports on there. Like, it all makes sense now. I mean, let's face it, people. That would be an IQ 1 million play from Germany's part. Oh, that was a terrible shot. Fuck! The Tiger Vision ports! Strike again! Fuck! Alright. Oh, this poor little guy. It's the Leo's armor. want to just overpin the top armor. Because shooting top armor in War Thunder is ludicrously tricky. Like, the RNG is not in your favor if you're going to overmatch or not. If there's one thing I've learned about War Thunder, it's that even if a plate is super thin, never trust that you're going to penetrate it. I mean, hell, the very first game I played today, where I bounced off the upper front plate of the Japanese AFV, like, that plate is maybe 20, 30 millimeters thick maximum, and still it bounced. So... oh boy. I'm being shot at from behind, aren't I? Oh, this is not good. Fuck. Oh shit, that's not good. That ain't good. That is not good at all. Oh my god. Oh, this is not good. Well, that could have gone better if I had only aimed. Alright, let's pull out some M390, see what happens. Seven kills in the Jumbo 76. A top tier. I guarantee you, if I was bottom tier, I never would have done that well. That T-20 is backing up big time. I probably just pissed him off, didn't I? Oh shit. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Wow. I am rather impressed with myself. And him, and his ability, his failed ability to kill me. There you go. Took a shot at me, huh? How well did it work out for you? Were you in the Panzer 35? If so, I'm very sorry. Okay. Evaporate. Yeah, the teams have a tendency of doing that, don't they? I didn't get him. I would have had to drop that bomb right on his head. I got 9 kills. I'll chalk that up as a win. If only you had killed 20 tanks, you might have won Kappa. Yeah. Poggers, dude. I'm surprised today's stream has gone relatively painlessly. We've won, actually, most of the games we played today. Which is rather surprising, all things considered. Huh. My counterpoint is US ones are still worse. Hey, Samson Stone, spamming something doesn't make me want to play it anymore. Plus, you clearly don't have any idea of how vehicle requests work on this stream, so. To answer your question, no. I will not be playing the Type 16 today. Alright, the question is, where is my BV238? Alright, they wanted me to dogfight with this thing, so I guess that's what we'll do. We'll try and dogfight. Our videos, do I voice act that American Tankman? No, that's not me. That's, shoot, what's his name? The Gaming Soviet. Although I think he's changed his name since then. I've only been in one Squire video, and that was how to invade a country. And I was one of the F-84 pilots in that. Sure, Samson. If you want to request a vehicle, you need to first of all, you need to watch on Twitch. Because on Twitch, I have a system set up where when people watch my stream, they gain a couple of points every minute, like loyalty points. And they can use those points to spend on vehicle requests, song requests, or even squad ups. And if they have enough of them, they can even become a mod for a day or a mod for life on my channel. So, unfortunately, I can't really do it on YouTube because YouTube doesn't have any sort of it doesn't actually have any systems that are like that I know of. On Twitch, however, those systems do exist, so that's where you're going to need to go. Because if I just took requests from the chat, I would be here all day. Because I've got enough vehicles where I could conceivably play almost anything. Conversion? Not gonna hit anything. Well, I'm not shooting, am I? Is it BB238? Bomb one base and just leave the game. Well, the request was that I try and dogfight in this thing, so that's what we're gonna do. Miles, are you Florida man? No, because I don't live in Florida. I've only ever been in Florida for a couple of hours. And that was for a layover flight. But no, I am not Florida, man. I do not possess this power. And... bomb's gone. Oh god. Oh god, this isn't working. This isn't working! Gunners, do something! That was poggers. Well, that went about as well as I thought it would. Try that again. You only need to drop 6 bombs. I'm just getting rid of the bombs, man. My job here isn't to actually bomb anything, it's to actually try and get some gunship kills. That's the only reason I'm playing this thing. How vertical targeting works. I mean, it's in the game. It's in the name. It's not clear though. Vertical targeting doesn't really mean much. Like, doesn't translate well to what they actually mean. Or vertical guidance or whatever it is. That doesn't really, yeah, that's not what you would initially think it is. For the people who don't know, vertical guidance / vertical targeting or whatever means that when you set a specific distance for nose-mounted guns, it means that the game will then arc the guns, like they will elevate the guns slightly in your aircraft so that the rounds will fall and land at a certain distance. So if I have vertical targeting on at a distance of 300 meters, the guns will fire in an arc so that all the rounds in the guns intersect at 300 meters. Without vertical targeting on, the guns just travel, the shells just travel in a flat arc until the gravity pulls them down. So if you're trying to win head-ons, vertical targeting may not be what you want, because there is going to be a zone where, because the bullets are only going to start hitting at a specific point in front of the aircraft. And so the enemy may be firing from a longer distance, who doesn't have vertical targeting, or if they're even closer than where you set the guns to, or than you've set the distance to, those shells are going to fly right over their aircraft. So they're either going to fall short, or they're going to fly high, unless they're at that one specific distance you set them at, which means they'll have more opportunities to shoot at you. So turn off vertical targeting if you want better results in head-ons. Unless that is, of course, you're just used to vertical targeting and you can get around the ballistics by adjusting accordingly. Wow. Game is certainly taking its time here, giving me a battle, isn't it? There we go. Target even knows what happened. For extra tryhard points. I don't know, I've never been a fan of using vertical targeting, so I generally keep it turned off. I don't know, maybe I have had it on this entire time, and that may be why I've lost a lot of hit-ons, but whatever. What do we even bomb on this map? Really? Are we just bombing columns? Is that what we're doing? Okay. Okay. How am I? I want to die. I'm fine. I mean, I'm playing aircraft, so it could be better. Although after this, I'm going to call it. Jesus Christ, what is this weather? I'm gonna ditch these bombs, and then I'm gonna drop some altitude. And we'll see what happens from there. really hope those bombs don't hit my friend down there. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're good. Although I think we may have dropped our bombs on the same exact target. Alright, Space Whale going in for a diving attack. Yeah, we hit the same bridge. And he dropped his bombs earlier, so they hit. Oh boy. Probably pull up. Bombs on yourself, I did that. Yeah, we've all had those moments. Spitfire. Perfect. And some weird French aircraft. Oh boy. Please don't rip. I really want to try and save this BF-110. Like, get in there and just distract them. Although I don't think that's going to happen in time. No, they got him. Then we got this guy up here. There we go. That's more like it. And you put the fire out though. Oh god. Oh god, that was bad. What the heck just shot me? A P-39? No. I don't even know what that was. I'm alive though. Incredibly. Really? Is he coming back? Oh, it was a... Where the hell was the Spitfire? What the fuck? He was totally invisible for me. Oh, there he is. Well, I don't think I'm going to challenge myself anymore with this tonight, because honestly, I really can't be asked. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. So, thank you guys for showing... Oh my god, I just got a Stu-42 talisman. Nice. At least they had the sense to give me something that was related to tanks. Nice meme. Time for Miles to sleep. He's used up all his shell. I don't know about sleeping. I don't feel sleepy. I just feel tired. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see all of y'all in the next stream and or video. And Swede/Stug, I will get you guys the footage from this stream. So, have a good one, everybody, and take care.